So, in the first reflection, I will talk about death and how the book Things Fall Apart follows with the idea of death. Now, death itself plays a big role in many literature. It creates an abstract in what we see in the book and what the book is actually trying to show us. What I'm going to explain is how in chapters 7 and 8, mostly in chapter 8, death can change the personality of a person and changes the personality of the reader itself, thinking of whether the idea that the book is trying to convey is right, or morally wrong. In chapter 7, we were given that the Oracle wanted Ikemefuna dead. They wanted to kill him on the way by tricking him that he was to be brought to his mother and sisters. However, we know that Ikemefuna will eventually die by the hands of Okonko. Okonko, following the Oracle, ironically, realized that he has regretted his action, and this is seen by the first two paragraph in the book, chapter 8. Okonko did not taste any food, he drank palm oil, and his eyes were as red and fierce as a rat. We can see that Okonko's physically strong person also has his weak side. He may be strong physically, but the audience can now see that inside he's actually a weak man. It shows the abstract because we learn that the culture itself is very fun and idealistic. However, in chapter 7 and 8, we realize the culture that killing a boy is alright. And the audience have the question, why is killing a boy right in this sense? To me, this idea of death and the death of Ikemefuna is appropriate for the author to use to show the change in Okonko's personality. The reason why is that there has to be a progress. The death of Ikemefuna acts as a climax of the story Things Fall Apart. The reason why is because without the death of Ikemefuna, Okonko would not change or have another different mindset of who he is now. The death of Ikemefuna helps the audience realize that not everything is as it is. Culture isn't always right. And everything we know that from the book Things Fall Apart is that after the death of Ikemefuna, everything starts to change. There's new ideas and this character in the story begin to change, and we know that for sure that Ikemefuna death was there to help us realize things that we were never aware of in the story. So what we learn is that Ikemefuna death is appropriate in chapters 7 and 8 because it helps changes the progress of the story. The author says that some people cannot change unless death itself happens in the world. And we now know that Ikemefuna death caused things to fall apart. Thank you.